Edijume, we say for me chechamu.
Yeah, it was wa. Ama. Ama o mezi ba kwesi wo hwe adope. Antisa was.
I said chechamu. Good morning, good morning. It was a daily graphic truth and accuracy every day. Which Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kwame Kennedy ho ni foni ewa ha na enra opa good board a task force no ho ntoma na ho e na ose na sesi ade obi ankopɛ na ben ai me kopɛ ma ben so kopɛ wa ben yese wa obi be wia gold na oba report ana se kwakote ne to no ye wosika bi a betwa ede ama report illegal gold dealers for reward. President Mahama at inauguration of gold board task force. And who was a banner headline graphic animu anopay. Now min sebenkum so government releases 4 billion Ghana cedis to pay road contractors and also so aha anopay. And a trade ministry holds national dialogue on first agribusiness policy, which are trade minister Mrs. Honorable Mrs. Elizabeth Ufosu Ejare Nymphoni and a kratai enimu na wakasa 7 ewa. President commiserates with US government on Texas flooding. Me who videos ni bi wo social media aro ho pa. Sekua.
Ya me fa fi Texas ho. Na se nipa nyame abode ayese no nti bibia ba extreme. Enso to a eto extreme na din samone. Ewie ebo are say heat waves here ne nam sama yese sama ba nkrofo enjoy kama so adani ja na atigu nkrofo efie mu na ehye no wo hwe Texas flats na ahomete na de me hwe akwese woni made ba ko ba meti me so we cars yi nyina asinki wonso e be ende wa Africa
anya omo drive
ye hukuru hu wi a na fe ye de ship so ne de abrayen wa nti wa to car no na afi wi engine how wo ko repair engine cha na wo gearbox o tete o ade be che na wo hu anwane ba ni nyina mu no ahomete nti se president commiserate with them I think ne kwan ano no say aya na ahomete aban edi aid beko emoa beko nkrofo adan bebubu nso ne befa binom ebetwie famfuo so ubewie no na wo losses no count a nhunu ba bi a ade ne kwakosi nti ya we show mo well ya gidi se de omunye ni ye ne abroche nyina e flade ni nyina ye nipa ye ne o ma bi a ye mfa ntutu ye na se de ya kwakosi de bi a wo ka no ne se ade na change no
climate change no
yes. Real until we see my
but for my teas I'm working on climate change. My teas I'm working on climate change.
That's what I'm a very, very interesting piece. So we are
very interesting piece.
Remember Jack now yeah a president abayno our release 4 billion and the amount road contractors near here abayda da no e akwan bi nanso wanwie yen region mu ne nkrofo amantam ye bi wo Ghana te senso de bia e ma ye hwe nkrofo da so a ewo your deficit ewa kwan ho yes say ehwe ne ye nti the message so the contractors ne sika ne be kan mo nsa o mo back to site no mo koye ho adwuma megina woni etedwe so e de kwa kofa onwe ene ne kwan na enye yes Kwesi adakora o mo ye demonstration enye kura na contractor nko na nko ye adwuma ne fama wo mu na esa e ma se wote wona wo ba adwuma wo po adwuma na wo kofie kura na ayem hyehyew hwese obi uchu ka ekọ na obi pamon wo bedwane de afa he wo ne namu de sa na abechew enti aban hwe na wonye sa kwan ne ma wo mu na last time me kofa wo be 1 month ago me say na ne kwan na say ne be de anka ne ma ayi ko ta dada ne nguso ya be script ya wreni nyina de afi so eso yentumi anya ho hwe ene nsu ama na yi galis yi amana e wo hu ba bi a wo doje afa me ye sure say other places in so the same and similar problems are esese hwe ne ka me ka we need the atwato tew na afi mama Kwesi abam gold dealers no they say a report o mu hu bia yan report o mu na we yan kofa basabasa di ma onipa ne nya the hint say aseme na ko report na odi na ni besi wo so na yan pe kwan pa ye betimi afa so a sa galam say ne hu nyoma nyina ye de mu nsam e de be fa so na kam ya say ye atete o man ne dodo abaye ye albatross say ye kon mu a etete yen na yenhwe na compare say the first so yemfa de be kan no
yeah we still blow see I mean there is the act in say I will say bo bia ho ba wa we blow whistle be say bo exactly but in our case no oftentimes e shedan yes and a police from French there are instances we have heard and as a man for reporter by say ko blow whistle no The police themselves.
It gave them
out to individuals.
Oh.
Exactly. I mean, we have heard report. I'm on for fair catching. Say the reason I'm to blow whistle is sometimes police
in not total
or not for total. Oh, I see me see pack and be kind. I'm an be kind. Now for a target. We need a tax force already. I don't know how they are going to operate in terms of member as whistleblowers. They're just hoping just a mother catch up and say, oh, I'm a galantia. Ma yenimito. But there's a point where your mama may say, you're about 10%. And you watch him say, I'm a person smuggle good. Now the blow whistle now. So value gold no value no. Obey 10% to me.
And obey you.
Now and me tell them say, hey, Nancy. Whistleblowers is that the cash and crown. Now because I want 20% is well. Me now actually because I'm 20%. It is about 10%. Now I'm saying 20%. 10 to 20 then average. 10 to 20. Then average. It's not a we are mess aqua. I would do correct. I would do correct. No, yeah, cash ready, but I mean it's also very important. I don't think say it is the way to go. Well, it's okay. Say be at 10% to reward the person. We blow it so. But oh my gosh, I'm good for us. What about walking? No, so good for So there's a possibility say oh my 10%. No. Oh my bad 25 or 30%. So my Saudi and Yashem Waka. Jody. Mr. Family. It doesn't solve the
Ghana
problem.
Pesca.
Exactly. So it won't solve the problem. It won't solve the problem. So the real say the pure kind. And I say it all the time here. Say you pick kind papa biso. You say I say boy some bekwe. On my share body cam. Answer no go operation there no. So when you warrant from Samiji Mfi and Sana. Won't be sorry. Say mati bi ntimi call there.
Asam koka e koto wa be for asem. I
will say I approve and Sana. Wako. I am hoping say we be boa ama go smart job. Eja because you sure for the past 5 years we've lost about $11.4 billion. $11.4 billion. That is huge for the last 5 years. It's been the end of so now a year road contractor CDA is a good call. However, inflation beats the cost. Even the signal and what the agent so road contractors if they are foreigners, that's almost $600. Either importation, either come crew one. Again, there will be pressure on the Ghanaian city. And all the gains we are achieving, and then there's a possibility to be me. So, from the government say, economy because the government is not paying contractors. They be not because I said, are we going to sustain the gains now? Maybe you general as economy still a bit me general was.
See IMF so Sunday almost the omo there.
On am be some commerce because I'm commerce and my can say na ha be me so my
any saying so I na bebre kwaji facilities free banks so interest was so enti ni na was calculating here say onipa ne hu nkodim bebre a wo contractors bebre titi wo ye wakobobusia ye twe no sika yi ma ya dwendwen stress wo ba hwe no wawu no waja enti aban consider nyina hwe say obu ha ne dia akam bebiri tintin be se ene dia ye de ma no ne say so ye factor na ye forecast ko ye nim ye na ye de sisi bi ka ho na ahoto kakra beba say de be relieve omo no mo so atumi aye aduma na I will plead with them so omo nya aduma ni ye. That is the problem I work. Kwesi ya kwen so kwen yon be ye ne no ye free ordinary kwada so ekọ
you say you kwen for agrika
mama ase and then Christian service towards Dr. Anane portals is something April year no me you portals meaning
now what's the president Texas idea maybe so if you are kind meaning I don't know say you have problem with her about for the do commercial with us
me ready be baby
it's what kind of it's an influential complex because ever my life as a journalist me would say Ghana be actually now you see US you see Canada you see UK commensurate with Ghana and see that somebody should correct me if I am wrong me would but Ghana
Yetimi ko chom sta.
Ya pe.
Professor Mills won guy.
Heti ko chom sta.
Heti quick see.
Ya po. Ghana commensurate that. Ghana commensurate that.
Ya pese ya water level so say you kwa.
Ya dodo mo se be
ya di nkuto do pompo.
Ya dodo mo.
Say de wo yesa na chese wo fa level so na ko do wa kwa wasema na wa mre.
Bibini so ye nipa.
Bibini so ye nipa o. O man we.
I was in the chronicle the wakata and the spear of the nation enu na eyom nsamra ne a ya de bo omotwa Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ni mfoni e wa ha na afi Sami Jemfia ono so eda gold board na no so mfoni e sha seketwa enu ani na smuggling of gold na wasem na krata nso bo ho amane Osama Mahama declares zero tolerance for gold smuggling enu wasem e wa krata anim as a banner headline afi asama e wase confirm is not from Ukugwa researcher history is your school that I so confirm to if you kugwa na ne papa de ano na ne maame de den ano bio so no yen kwe
confirm no chi baby o free say yen
ye o man yi bu baby aye free
we confirm no chi kuro mu de
yeah quotation no so she home e wa say
Ecclesiastes 8:11 or say why do people commit crimes so readily because crime is not punished quickly enough. Kwesi was Bible Biblia wo mo.
Oh, Biblia wo mo.
Bible
is life. Dr. Ron be catch Biblia or Bible.
Biblia wo.
Yeah, lecture about everything is in the Bible.
Biblia wo. Yam punish crime Ghana especially yam punish crime. Yam punish crime.
Yeah.
I pack a 4 day nyina example say ya di sika ne manipa na no wakoye ne basa misappropriation misapplication embezzlement misdia be all the mismanagement ya kwa ni asa kwa besi ya punish crime what's the Bible aka Ecclesiastes 8:11
oh is there so we believe the point but I mean you see as a country where we are battling with a lot of economic challenges and yenya a health equipment to come out doctors are on which magic young one. I'm thinking about researching on confirmation go free. Now they don't know how does that put food on my table. How does that put food on my table? I don't know who the researcher is.
So free.
Let's get serious in this country. Let's get serious. Yeah, I did one. You have to get serious.
21st century the confirmation
you have to get serious in this country. I'm gonna do so. I say agrono a doso yen jai sa no gen research into how e bitim aye bi papa de mo man gen research Ghana research ben part the team aye Ghana e say a new innovation abo man ni and abo even the whole global state they be abofo na aye the research yeah researchers no minima na e den and a hen den and a den no minima no yeah researchers and we dey
no na sele
Ghana oh
no go for pe
I go on the door so
boys no mo pepa o
I go on the door
boys ne pepa papa but who feel say enkweye ma we kweye mu obi we aso ne TV aso ne radio
o chocho telephone numbers
ene timu
say no na ono so ebegede aso ne half e bu say den kata dey see na me yemfa happy birthday say ho ento aso belated happy birthday me dey call e dey ama Mrs. Angela Abrefi Juma Edu Danso belated happy birthday to you Mrs. Angela Abrefi Juma Edu Danso we am auto part leader ewo Bethel Methodist Church choir eyija happy birthday to you Abref yankupon show na ontin nim show na kache baby nso so yamana kwaba na baby mebe fie aba be hwe nim Mrs. Angela Abrefi Juma Edu Danso belated happy birthday to you part leader yankupon show and then so me anga some little girl the birthday with this 6 years Mrs. Tapenia me di lechi ne ba your friend Judiel Eraba Owusu Oko school ewo Josaka Model School nti happy birthday to you Era Judiel Eraba Owusu Oko school ewo Josaka Model School ewo Jobe yankopon show na onbo ho ba maye na ontina nim show na omiewa adwunumu na bibia wo ye bia enko so na nyini beye penimpa na o man no so ene ebusuani na yenya ho emfaso efi grandma ne grandpa o mame na naba mia na ebusuani na wo yesi edo pa yankopon inshallah era sanso and I'm happy birthday and I said no belated but ma Madam Genevieve Irabna Isando, happy belated birthday to you. Madam Genevieve Irabna Isando, if Yankasa reporter or war or Boase Berma Bakuku, Yamiche Horn say Yamo, belated happy birthday to you. Madam Irabna Yankupu and show now on sit Ninim and show. Kwesi.
Oto, my free side of Zamba, Oto Tamba.
The new man, I mean, and you mean, I said, now, you mean, and I said,
what's been challenging this?
She's a very good auto singer. That's what I know.
Oh, okay.
Auto,
oh, I see.
Oh, because I know to be auto phone to know what did you?
Yeah, did you?
I want to
and you need a soprano and a bass. So auto and tenor.
What is the auto tenor?
Auto tenor.
Yeah, quiet.
Yeah, soprano.
Trish, Papa, baby, Trish.
I'm afraid. See a bomb person could share them. Say this year, like I said, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, tender age 50 and below, 48, 47, 45. And I show so.
Yes.
Will be a wish and I dare bet you
the person is gone.
And now make us send it will be no. So let me say, I done a dear check enemies.
No, sure. Because we need
to say no council I ever.
See, Trish, on behalf of you, all the classes Yamayaka, Yamal shedding. Ebebo so ne besi bia no. Maya so tia Rabeta Uchikamakama. We wish you the best.
Sure. To name Yakopon and Chichi we wate. Bibia be fine. Mefro. Yegyina we so na ye de esi Akua Asiedua e de Ghana to say e to aso medi e de nanama intifo.
Say yɛ de Ghana te sɛn ne ho nkɔmɔ ɛde ɛbrɛ mu anɔpɛ yi yɛkɔ mfimfini mantam mu yɛkɔ Gomoa Akoti amade ayensa ka free Gomoa Akoti yɛ Gomoa East mansin mu edi adanse sɛ am robbery ɛne akoro no sam basa ɛtete ɔmanfo a ɛwɔ hɔ papaapa ɔmanfo ni di adanse sɛ nipa ne kora ba akoro no bɔ no mu de atuo ɛne nsekan hyehyɛ wɔn ho ɛma Gomoa Ojobi ɛne Akoti kwantempɔn no ɔmo agye abɔ so a ɛbrɛ bi ebi okura awia kete wuntime mfa so esan so ofa so abekọ beba no ufun ne nkuta wo bag ye beje wan we kura besa wo sekan ye prawo e de aka ho ye ka say amane ne chese nipa nsia e na wo mo epra e wo sa kwantempon ne so na wotwe ye mu akoro no sam nti ye beka aka ye ho a na no dwoada security guard bia na Gomoa Akoti enso ko fa ni wo ananso se wo mo gidi se sa akorofo ye bi na koto hye ne so ekoye ne basabasa na yensem twa na ansa Akwa Akoti eni nkrotu atwa ho ahia ne omanfo na kodi nkoma omo aka de wakosem atodwa se de security ni mo aye hojo e wo ho no omo behia se aban no beba ba yiri mudi ama wo mo ne nam so ama asundwe aba sanse woti krom na de bia wusuro se kromfo beba wo so a wokra wunya asundwe emfa nya adwuma e na wo de apɛ yedie ama ho amebi aka oman no na ansa yensem twani a woni omanfo ne kodi nkomo yenkɔhwɛ sɛ de nkomodie ne kɔ ye no achi ye ne bedi nkomo
Ojobi case na ye ni nua my friend enu so o market o koto ade na wo mo ye nsa enye bia ye dey ato we nye ni a edikan nti ye here police station say ye da main road by any police station ye ni fire service also e wa Akoti ha nti ye srepa ye ni brisem mombo mondia na mo fambra because ube suma abofra na say kroma ye heje a wontumi mba e ma ye djuma sem so nkoso because anche bia wo say we ye den wo pon nti ye no kre say ni ekoso e wa Akoti kro we mu chiefs na ye wo road na wo mo ye no say na wo mo wo say wo mo handle na ye so ye nya kwan na ye ntwemu no so to a wontumi nko this obi e de wa cross boy bi afa wo hye wo na chi obaji 5 cedis
no abaji ni machine aje emeje normal efi de ikuro bia ru tumpono bia da menya ma no wom ikuro wa chere foforo de da ma de mi so nya ma ikuro no ba soro pe ina wu de adumanya funa ayere abam nti mi je to me je say ye be ye ya ye wu say ikuro no kwosole ina da me am robbers na adoso but ikuro ye wo me in hospital in police station bibiara je say de kwa next time ana awutu bleku ikuro so ye wu de akoti so empon akona nyim fa me say first mama betina ha na nde sesi ama live no wana live no akwa ha ni say ye besra mpanyimfu wa woka bi no obamin so obutu amanyen police quarters wa ha ize aka kam ye nya hospital clinic wa ha say police quarters is work ba ha abema akonfo na yeden akofom santi saza dama nya
yastraga na aban me ankasa me yanko mrebo a menenam oton gas wo djobi kwan mu wo fiakotia no kodobi on bobo ntuo nku no ya posifo da do fi headquarters la Dubai yehu bia abapem now okay yan 1 year manadwomo ni asai onyo be 3 weeks po wasanso we beku obi wa gomba kweti station awosoro ho bebe fitaforo ho no ujeka sa na mo bamba foro wa ha obomo de ami ofa papa maso me figo kwa no ababro no waji whisker no wodoko abro na tete na ntina amemeji a wo hweme ma bo na nya police station wa ha bambofo wa ha oche wo bobo go station no market no hospital
Abusuafo we your manfo ni bi akosem agomo akoti eda kwantimpom frinkran na ukokep kosa wo na modu gomo ho a nanso kura eda kwantimpom mu enso akromfo tata wo manfo no ya akoye ohaw ede ama wo papa wakosem bi na no odi tudwa no na nansa ene yensem training a ono ne kofa nsem nyina baaye ne ede enkomotwen ana enkomotwetwen ba so no ye ne enkutie yenkonkutie bi mfini ho na afi yenhunu baby a bambo adwumayefo ede ensem ebefa nana nsama che
Akua Asiedua
eno mati no pay me say minim say wo TV ho a ma ye feedback wa ha
Akua minister krampo
okay ene ya na wa dano ho kakra e de amaye na akoti ensensem yi o hwa de ne kofa baaye de ne de sankomo yi baaye
yo Akua minim say motiemu awaye gomwa akoti achese onowo gomwa is ewo efins ni mantuwa ma saa nkronkro no eye gomwa akoti gomwa budata da benie ne ochira kodam na so na sei kronombo sama ekoso wo kwano so ni na ada ye main road ofika so ahono ba fa kopemu ewo ye winiba eni so don takrade ni na ye main road na saa kwano so no ehye contractor in search say all di juma e kwano so njema tutu e kwano so ni na njaba ba ye road e say cars no emenage amo nam dama na no na say kamukafo ana udifo bi abobo langard ewo e kwano so a ono djumedi amo di enkonfo wo kwano so na kura eye asefen na yeho esam ene say nansi na say want to edwa say gomu akoti eye security guard bi a 1.5 djumedi e koso akoti no ona say obo ho eba no nkofo bi ede nam kwan mo no so to aka gye nkwa etu ni sema abusuafo ensun egu ejema omo ensun na afenso nya anu akwa boso na say kweside ya no so kwa tempo no so na no so langard food abo ho no so driver fa mo nam ho no mbubo etu egu cars ni ma nimpa anan be bia mo de no tomoti bi mu eden saaju mo die na ekoso wo ta kwa tempo no so ready shuru ene ehu abehye ye adwedifo a mo ade e wo ye gomu akoti ene ni petem ho no ntino wotu ho no ma e go 5 pm pe na ke so bia apo a che say okufia nye pete kwampa wato wo ye kwatempo no so ne da batro do na so e ba ne sanja mo so esuru ndiro do na che say ye bo be 5 times Sanche mu na apaka mo kasa mo enye dwoni se wokọ adwuma e wo ye achia ko bugata akwati na se wo bade a wo bebre ye papa so wo ko kala wo bebre ye fa se wo ye kawo de aba wo time se mo na ekoso kwa no so ntino ama drivers fana de tonfo na ehu abahye omomu na ma wo time se police for omo ewo gomu achira ko gomu achira police station ho do na se police station ho mo ojobi ni akwati ho na mu nche da nwa police station ewo ho no mo bugata police station ho police station ho no mo na so mu ni akade ekura ye wo time se bicycle kromo ni bi na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo atumi de di dwuma ɛwɔ yɛ kwasɛpɔ nti bi ni ɛtɛtɛfo no fra wɔ sɛ nkɔfo attack wɔ kwan so ɔmo frɛ kaswa ɛyɛ central east ma mo fi kaswa tɔn ɛba ɛwɔhwɛ traffic ɛne mu na ɔmo tuma sɛ mepim wɔn ma ɔmo na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo meti sɛ ɔmo ɛde awi akyerɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ angasa ɔno nam so ma kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo na ɛtɛ mo sɛ nka aban anan mpanimfoɔ ɛnhwena nka ɔmo meti police station kɛse no bi ɛwɔ yɛ akwati ɔsɛ sɛ akwati no ɛwɔ nam afofa ɛkɔ ɛyɛ akraman ɔmo ɛfa ɛkɔ kunyako ɔmo ɛfa ɛkɔ senya ɛne adeɛ nti akwati no ɛbɛabɛ baabi a ɛyɛ center na gateway bi a kyerɛ sɛ ɛhɔ na ɛwɔ Bomwa East hɔ na kobia no ɛhɔ na bɛfa ansa na akɔpie wɔ baabi a ɛsɛ wɔn nkɔyɛ nti anka mɛhwɛ mɛsi police station kɛse bi ɛwɔ yɛ pɛtɛ mu a mo na ɔsan so ntɛmfoɔ na awudi sɛm a adeɛ ɛkɔ na nka no atumi embrace nti ntɛmfoɔ no na ɛbɛ no ɔmo pɛbi nkɔmɔ a ɔmo akyerɛ mu sɛ amane a ɔmo ne mu ne sɛ mpanyinfoɔ amma wɔn afadeɛ a ɔne deɛ ewua na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ebo sɛ nkɔfoɔ etutu ɔmo se kan na adeɛ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ watɛmpɔ no so yie pɔ nti akɔfo sɛm a efi Bomwa akɔtie no Bomwa East amede so mo ɛnɛ
yɛbɛhu sɛ nkansamɔne ne awudie bi sɛ ɛkɔ so a yɛ ana taisi mmrontoɔ enkura a ɛwɔ wɔ nkurachi a ɛwɔ mmrontoɔ a ɛwɔ amanneɛm ɛni main road ɛho ɛdeɛ na wofo sɛ ɛno ne problem nti a kura ɛda kwantimpɔn mu na nsoso akrɔmfoɔ tata nipa wɔ hɔ
Ekwem no kese dia kuna de kwasefo Bomwa kuti de kwa ho pe ene o chere kunu sa nkuru magbole na de kwa ho I want me say main road o se ngwata nke enye street light ene ade kwasefo no ho me no kese street light o krampo ene ye kwasefo no efi eye bleku akoti ekọ ye abedu wi ni bagyan hye na ye street light o krampo awo ye kwasefo no na me so ma ahye nkofo kutupa omo ebobo alanga de wuru ni mu anajo na omo tumi etata nkofo say ye street light obi je kwa mo hu say beje wasa kala tantono so ahun so beje nti njama kala tantono so so empoboni ya na kyerɛ so asha sa ashutu ade bo cars ni mu akwa akere ko sam street light na ni kwa no no anu the main problem ama Manchester side media tum ekoso na police for no so almost ewo petemo no ekwa Bomwa chako akwati police I can't put it from one ma ko omundu 20 nti na ama adwuma na yɛde ama wɔ paa ɔsɛ mu nya akade so a basket kwade bi ka basket kora mu ni bi a kyerɛ sɛ motumi ade apetro yɛ kwantempɔ no so nti na mo na me so a mo ɛsɛ sɛ IDP betumi aboa na so ama mo police for dodo ana so ama mo akade a motumi de di dwuma anka betumi aboa ɔmo dwumadi na mo edi kwantempɔ so sɛ ɛmbɛ sɛ araba so ba ataka obi wɔ yɛ akoti ana sɛ budata na so ɔkyerɛ ko na ansa na police for no mo wɔ no police commander no afra obi ɛwɔ afra police for ɛwɔ yɛ kaswa ansa na mo abaka so fi eba wɔ no yɛ kwanketonto ɔbra kyerɛ sɛ bɔna ɔmo de ɔmo de kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo adwa no kura kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛkɔ eti no police for mo nya akade ɛne police for no ɔmo endorse so ɔmo bete mo na fi street side no ɔna ama kyerɛ sɛ nkɔfo bɛhyɛ kwan no so a ɔmo ɛbo nkɔfo ɛpulsa no
uhwe ade ne kofa sakro no sem yi di aba ho no mo enkro no bebre toatoa so bobo ebudu atamo ne okire ko ne akeka ho de akoti ho nko a akofa we aba kwan ne de se ye ne baabi bebre ahoho na mo gidi so mo ye sa ana boys e what town no amu e na tete o mo ankrofo sa
ekura me no ka so what report last time about from Oyerepa who say edin ana e ban nkofo apesifo achi ho be 15 and over no omo na edin aye sabe muzami edin na chese ede omo so enti na akwake ahoho ene ade nkwa chese mo di sa ewu kasa na okwa no so no edin apesifo achi ho aye saka ne na no ndra de no court aye Muhammad Bello 120 years no court court ko ejere 25 years no wo hwe na oyehoho o pipetem ho no mo enti ahoho no adoso be don say only market no so mo yi fi abobresia de bepi odom na no ano na ama macheta ahoho na bepi mu wa sa Bomwa isi Bomwa akoti dom na sin enkrefo na mo ebo sa corona ho no nti dodo na ya ahoho enti akromfo de amo cheta mu no ho yi pa na mum dodo na o ma proti fa action ho aso fa ya ho report na mo na ya ahoho nko a na cheta proti fa action so mu ma amo di sa awudi sam na wo ya twa mo so abo se etu na de be je omo ho proti fa ajeje ni na nti dodo na ya ahoho na cheta mo pim ho no ma amo di sa awudi sam na wo be se mo no
na prosifo na maame na nipa na oni omuye interview no na ba ko ka se omuda kwantimpo mu so security sam enko yie uyi akoti free mu enkro ben ene ben ho no mu a omude omo police station ana police poster ekoba ne say den a prosifo betime ba patrol ewo akoti
akwero ka say de Bomwa akoti wufu a wo ko eye bleku Bomwa akoti che bleku ene afi odobi ifinfin nti ba fa Bomwa akoti nta na kopie mu a wo ye odobi Ojebi police station kuma bi ehwe hono mo Blekoso police station kuma bi ehwe hono mo Burata so ebi hono mo Domnas ebi hono mo Kwato ebi hono mo Otiapoto ebi hono mo Nanso ayabo family dem kai tai no bicycle kwa mu di group on the bicycle that the mu it is a whole gap of two since our more effort drop and start in the master drop that is a more that is but for more anything some next year since our whole prayer tatwa I cannot wait to be other some of that I would do for more engineer or more effort if you know Yamana go and I tell you about how now at the Abba. This is a more press and the more press at once. I think for any year I can't hear every exit I want to put a year and find also. Then this is one to our way to go for the if we are looking for more of yes, I'm more than one. And it's like no, I am on you, but you guys are more than I'm not when I am a bit for more capital. Yes, one of the somebody or more. I want a professional company as Mano. Now, so Acadiano, everyone more by as Mano. But I have to ever do that to be our drop. What I see and drop now. But I'm not young man. If you can go on the apple. It's only a point that I walk him on the map and to report the amount to I keep looking for and fact, Africa to follow. Now, we're going to follow. I'm going to me upon for more one.
So we share a crobimu na chrono samne a resem say koswa a dane national security issue. Dear a kobane say ya na a com sane ebeka no say dwuma ni ho ntina mabro no resort to chrono bo any a resem na akoti ho na particular no e die ben pa na e wo ho ntia e ho no na kromfo no dodo na concentrate omo market day kase bi ya adwadifo fire chichi ba ho na sika bi etua na so se adwadie nti transactions bi koso ye nam so me sika fa kuro ni mu nti na ehonum na omani si so mbeye sa ansam ne no
akwa buma ko ko won ma eduma dodo ana ye mobile money eduma bi ka de eduma ina so adepon ko se da eni market day se akwa ka ende binada aye market day se da ye market day no mo se da mi da ni so one after eduma na after so the one more so what I did before one don't to idea you have a boss thought and then a pound of limited money in your tongue what more at home at the point the cancer amount of getting a million pound that is to cut the one of my mouth for a young considered amount of money a quack or more area. I don't know I want about the so I think never more if we support I want to take on me. That's I want to move there to that bank and answer me that look at take one of my after this who could be one of the things the more back. The doing not after yes, the one who not and I would have I was not after I want to say that you are called for the echo. Yeah, it's a man which I found out about both that and I'm that kind of brown or more money. The other thing I want to put out just only academically a day a box for I won't buy the one.
Bambo adwuma ye fo no se ahokere wo ho ne de omanfo na so de no mo ye de abo mo ho omo wo kuo te se omo ahwehwehwehwe mrono so anaju volunteers bi ya omo aso betumi ahwe se omo ebegina enipa ne so a sa abonefo sem no omo ntimi ntete omanfo no ana
akwa amanfo ni bi awaye ante wo mo ye ekurafo ani ade no bi mo ye etu ani ade ntina se ekurafo kofuri ebebola ngado kwa no so ebu aje nkrofo phones ani ade a o hwa mo shoot driver ni kwampo wa sa akwa tempo no so wona efi akotia kwa akama no amanfo na tie no na bo fa phone ntumi amba no mahwata efa etu akatete rule ma mutumi shoot ya ya phone bi ba kuma cheta nkana akana mo etumi etu rule ma mo edwane bo fa ba jeta mo edwane the man for no say ento mo etu na ade no so bi sa sense mo tenkwa ade a na ma fa from ho na cheta mo ko ba bi a na mo no ekoso ewo no the man for answer try so metimi abo mo ho je pada o be say kua mo ho den ati say o metimi aye ade we ma cheta associate dey tun say dey internet platform na mo esu platform na mo ne ka dia mo so say o metimi action na o metimi abo amo nkwa eho ba eho no mo
okay nana nsa ye beda wase papa mo ni adwuma na nso na ma no wahwe ho yie esan so kokura wo munya wa ye mfa nchew wa phone ni tu awasa wo ya na ya hwema firi wachi na no so akofa ba asama bantu na maye na wa yekefo muni adwuma nyame nka ho abusafo yensem training na nansa otom kra de finfinfin mantamu e de breye gomu akoti ya da kwantimpo mu Accra Cape Coast main road wo hwɛ sɛ de video no yi no a ekwan kra ye e wo sa kwantimpo ne so no e fa kuro ni mu tese kuro ni da kwan ho pa na so akronfo e tete wo mu a na nansa kyerɛ sɛ nansa police for kwachi nipa be dunum 15 a ye kye wo mu no mabunu no edin ni nyina ya hohudin ya kyerɛ sɛ nye importam hofo boys ena ya nipa ni bi free baby ena kokokudi nsɛmone no yɛsrɛ sɛ yɛsɛ bambɔ adwuma yɛfo IGP sɛ wɔma n'ani nkɔ na nkɔ resource police wa ɛwɔ gomua ɛne ne kɔtɛm gomua yi si hɔ titiw na wɔn ntimi mmɔ manfoɔ ne ho bana sabe ɔwɔ nkran ne kuma se deɛ yɛnya bambɔ ni bi nanso wɔn ekuro nketewa mu no wɔn nso ɛka ga ɛho sɛ deɛ betumi aboa ahotɔ atumi aba yɛde besi wɔ mesɔre apie se ladi ɛde health and style abeto amusumi di Kwesi Asiedua yɛde asede mako farmer ya wakofa product bedwa so say weather ni mo aye no na flu ni ko no aba wo tipa ewo na wansi wansia na wapebi anoko du na boa papa o kojak charcoal toothpaste nso ho a eno na edi siesie yenum wo se ne gam no wo takrema so ebe kipi ne kama ama pampan ebe firi wanum aba no eye kama pa fluoride nso wom calcium ka ho ni nyina ewom na ye wo sensitive toothpaste no so ewo adwa so a de ne sentiment fa ade a enwunu ana ehye no wo de ne sensitive toothpaste no fa bi twetwe se na ebebo se ho ban ubenya bia to ewo drugstore lane ewo nkran o kan hyi ne mo pedodo atu ano afre 0531 069945 and 0531 070020 me di de Kwesi Asiedua me sorry na ye the health and lifestyle abeto amoso Christ asumdwe nkam.
Yebulika, Yebembe, good morning. Yadamwase, some casamfonini no et hanamno. Inomini Patrice H. Fili Espiritus Santi. Eweja, Obanisus Kromo and Ayabano pay. Yet the health and lifestyle ebro adaroma. And no pay Wekasafa, Sogum by collar leaves. Sogum by collar leaves. Wache ahabai. And for sober any woman. Ene Ghana hanu ye diwa chepa ebi ono so weekend we because Eastern region wona utimu so mudua pa sikabem na Kojak farmer ekra imo enano pay Kojak farmer na ye pro code unya code ade ya pa ne so minim bekeka wo obo o yese osi koko adidi minim yes aba gaskiya ba so minim keka wa allergy ohun pe bibi wadi bibi ohua bibi ena ma minim keka wo. Nti sometimes e be yesa bon se ubenya kata obo won so anasom keka no pa eno so betumi aye allergy ana cold ana kata ana ebi aye fungal infection bi enye koko eni di asum pa ocho medase Kojak farmer nti no di procode aba no so nya cold kata flu allergy na wo bo wa mu ye wo ya ojo hu ba bi anye wo hwan hye e pa so e basa e ya pa hwidon awoso kude nkrodo ene ba wo so chese wo bre pa Kojak procode numbi na ho beto ntem hera so ntem so ade am wakọ wadwuma so Kojak charcoal toothpaste bidie no so boa pa efisi fita active ingredient charcoal ntemasen no white afi Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste wodada se twetwire no wo so nya paste bebo sen ho ban paste a mouse proye paste bebo sen ho ban free kaka ho paste eboama enamel no de wo sira ye hu no white no ye friend enamel enya ho oden Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste no sa na ye esisi ntokron ketenkete eba wo sen so eboa pa ma sen white esan stronger kama pa Kojak P ni Kojak F wo se femfem wa ya yi kill kama pa Kojak P ni Kojak F wo se femfem wa eno na yusu na aboa 0531069945 0531069945 0531069945 0531069945 ana 0531070020 0531070020 Ghana chiniasi one corner konkom supermarket wo benya bi ato yeda ase pa yen konkom ne so ene wache ebu pa wache ebu kamia esa no pa no enipa ye busy ede busy aye ni nipa dodo no anu aduane ofie nti opia opa aduane so a eye healthy eye ahoden nti nipa dodo no se beans na ewo wache mu ne boa emo no so utrie ya no anyamo no de kwankwan ano kwankwan mo no eye nti wudi a won se wonya protein wonya wo normal bebre aboa ye better for your blood sugar and spike your blood sugar your blood sugar enkosoro na so ade ba ko ati wache max kakra eye kan no chire ya kan hada kwan ba fa so anka beans ne be ye mmere ene mo no so variety bi wo ho a unu a o just all the kan gum tu sa wa che you know this all the kan gum but you different variety a ene so di siso a na ben tempa ni nyina ye so e chen emu fita no ye beka wache ahaban ho asem ne botanical name your friend Sogum bicolor leaf Sogum bicolor aduane your friend Sogum a green ebi to say ehwuo no Sogum tete wono ne ko oyi no ye ma Tom Brown anu bi ne de ka ho na ye Sogum a highly nutritious enti ne de man kwada na se de be o montro sabra ne se oba akrokra wanya bari kwahwe okokra na ma ne sa nuane ni bi di a unsa kwada na efefefe because it contain high protein eboa pa very very nutritious nenenso se or diabetes and now person blood sugar best spike one of the healthy carbohydrates Sogum nti ni leaves na haba na yebeka ho asem nutritional information ahode ewo mu ene say manganese wo mu zinc wo mu sodium wo mu iron wo mu afa ye selenium ye calcium magnesium and phosphorus potassium nti ubahu se ya haban keke nanso na duane no ahode we wo mu sankaduane ye poison haban no so ye poison nti nutrient na ewo mu no ebi ewo ahaban no emu ahaban no de ne de eye de ahaban no eye de okọ aman bi so a ene emema bebre mo adwuma wo mpam bebre eye mra because of plastics na edidi mu no ebi a polythene bag ebi a plastic bowls heat in kano bibi free mu be fe no silage ene BPA ni nyina ewo effect ewo ye endocrine system no emu a side effect I kum ni papa ye ka ho asema e say te say de dakro wudi aduane gu rubber mu na wudi a it say wanom jot be more than 130 e da na doctor bi kan nkofo wudi achinye but ye bie so am wo hu say ye yare because of plastics I did mo anyway the entire me koka plastic no ene say haban no e ye fresh a e bai e binum de chichire aduane okwa aman bi so a eno no mo de wrap aduane ene plantain body aban mo de chichire aduane instead of plastics no eboapa and used in decoctions or infusions to treat anemia, malaria and fevers. And as a antipyretic fever with temperature kosra eboapa unye treat the malaria onum wache ahabanya eboapa anemia no may I go for the anemia and it ya kra onwa so moja kwa for mo eboapa replace ama blood cells no multiply 10 ema anemic conditions no eko ema ho to eye kama pa afei ye de tukuro so ai se kura ho no ayeden na se woyam na de to so a eboa highly anti-inflammatory eboa pa adwudukuro ano nti eye afei using postpartum care and blood cleansing in some African countries woko ebibrema man bi so a oba wu wi a eno no mo no ama no de boa no se de Ghana hayenso ye wo ye de no abamuduro ni ade no eno so omu yusu wo pa eno omu ogidi se hohoro mo janum kama eboa traditional medicine nti eno no na Ghana ha so almighty awache baby won so a food colorant food colorant ne say ye wo colors bi a artificial colors colors bi wa aduane mu a artificial enso so ahaban no sogum bicolor leaves na watch ahaban e won color red odi gu nsuo ma na color na tuwa bam nti eno no aduane bi apesa o color ne tesa no timi yusu a munya side effect bia eno kra de tesa de wo ye ho aduo no afei region bi wo ho a young leaves na ahaban no mfa ncheme na weda ne nye ahaban no emre no omonua no madi ni se spinach okọ ba bi on fa na spinach ahaban bi Ghana for mo abrochire omudi ni se kontomre no esoso kakra omudi ni se makasa abrofo kontomre enti eye pa anybody can ye dey wrap aduane similar to banana leaves and are used as a natural food colorant due to their anthocyanin content in some red variety enti bicolor no and ye kokko no sogum bicolor leaves no enti no okay edi ebiom na ye call health benefit blood health high iron content yes high and high enti wonu a na wonom de bia 1 cup ye ka 1 cup a nye cup na ye de sensuo free ankremu no ye wa yibi o ha cup normal cup kakra ay so chen tea cup abrofu yisu kakra ebia wonom na no pa awia ne anwumra eye endidi kese a wo ye ne sa ebeboa eboa be hye omoja anemu afei eboa wo ema ne subidie wo so ani nyina gya afise wonya emoja ede ahye anemu sei na besi ano but yini biba ye beka ho asem faso no sei na besi aye no de oba ni se obenua eya na ye wo ba bi ho a enye kokko pa onu a nti wo mamu ya wa che no omuto omutwitwa ho ni free ho eko na ahaban no ne form na ya etare ni dua no ho no e hold ahaban no in place no ho na ye kokko pa ho na etwitwa ho na eye red no sa red no e na yenya ahoden ni free mo se wono a mane me pa ebi mu ye ni tea ene wo kodwomu a yayam agu container mu e wo ho a woto e de ye waduane prekope na se wo de beye mojadura na de beye tea eye tea no eye infusion say wasense wo hyegu ade mu na wasabi agum na wakata so mepacho wakata so for some time na wanom eye na experience ade ba ko a mehu ne say sogum by color leaves ye will be a friend of nitrite ewo nitrite ebi nso ewo beetroot mu nti na ma ne color no ne so ka ho nitrite no nitrite ne se wo no ade na nitrite no wa no ne yi a wo so na uti eye wo ya nti se wo ye infusion no na wo de eti no a eye de enso ebia uti betimi aye wo ya nti wo no ne yi ma ne huru fa so be 10 minutes kra enye hwe ehuru fa so vitamin C content ne be free mu vitamin C ye nyina nim se empe heat eno ane be free mu ya ka nyina ne iron ne de keka zinc ne selenium ne nyina no ewom eboa pa nti ne wano ne ye pa nitrite ewom e pa cho so hwe me na wutie mi a ya ka ne ha no eno enwarranty se obia betim anom obni obia aduane de enso se wo liver problem obrebo mu yade ewom wo hyeda wo kidney ohawa menim so doctor wo ne wo say men numa duro bia basa ebibiduro habanduro ka ho empo aduane a wudi bi wo ha ya tete so de ama wo enti bibi se aka ne ha no wadawroma men konom na ebia na kofa ohaw e de abro na normal ye nyina ye kobai se hododo umoja so atia try we hwe ubehu moja ubenya ebebo pop among say e moja fade ade ba akopa e we mu a pesa me ka ho asama ye highly anti your project here no eba so say for anti-inflammatory ye ka say bibia anti-inflammatory bibia de bia ye koye eba no ye fra bibi oxidative stress ya de a ese ni pedua no ese cells no ema oxidation take place ye ka oxidation a ya de bia ese a entimi reverse enti woni pedua no cells no say e bi ntimi reverse because of the food, the environmental factors yade bi nti but ade bi anti-inflammatory say ade bi ejina ho say be say ni pedua no say yes high stress level or cortisol level say environmental factors aduane a wudi bibia ba bia we adwuma say ni pedua no chemicals ho nunum we no a anti-inflammatory say no man e ko ni pedua no na nka e wo say cells no nkomo no the basic building blocks of the body no stop no can the counter effect say no ema eboa enti woko Nigeria ye wo company bia wo mo aye we sa so gum by color leaves no say secret ingredients we can hold their meaning but because of anti-inflammatory nti omaye ama wo mo HIV so no mo a boost immune system but HIV yen treat because a viral infection you see yen treat a viral infection ye manage nti anti-inflammatory ononom wo ade bia fa immune system ho a eboa pa wo autoimmune disease chese ononom wo ye eboa wo how bia wo an ho taye ne ya na poso ne ade ononom ta no num we ya ebeboa pa nti ne ho asem anya ne ye de besi ha na dase ne ya san ahia ne atoa so nti udi a wacha kai hunu se wacha ha ban no aye de aye no eboa pa Kojak farmer ene so ya sen omna sole distributors of Procode, Kojak Procode, the bat te hono. Ye the micronized powder na ye 3 minutes. Na shase na ye adwuma. E 1 hour bo. Usi trust ya na utie wo ya because sinuses na ye inflamed. Oni achi ne ye ya. Nyina ebeko ama ho ato. E ye expectorant e yi amaman e free okoko o chest. Sanso e na antipyretic e ye painkiller. E bio nso eboa pa eboa ye painkiller no ya obia cold kata akofa aba no yi no efri ho ema oho eto pa Kojak Procode be bieu Kojak Charcoal toothpaste fi usima na fita Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste eno nso esi ntokro kentekete a ewo wo se eso Kojak P ni Kojak F sa wo se fem wo a pa cho ebeboa o a repair sen no ama sen no ay kama Dr. Prince Atapoku Banfo Dr. Prince Ataponku Banfo baby a wo bia no nyankopon wonka ho na womo na obibia enye ye ma me din ni PSL la de change over me move over na Kwesi Parker Wilson wa take over obiti agenda de odeba no ina deserve emo osi ye barika ye gaja malola kweda mi akata tanyi fiji am wala donje pose yezozo te pose fa sunda tonde obrigado aloha mahalo namaste mongode asankusu yedamwase yebeshia
for your movie be a cover at the Oyerepa TV, so we do your OBT agenda. That's Oyerepa big first time agenda. Now, pay and some of the doors, so we'll spend some time and talk about some. Ghana is not holding the region, but I am a for say. But I'm catch a Bank of Ghana say interventions na omo ye no. I must sit na holding the region, omunjai. Now omo must sit na and find the level. It's not yenjai. Say be say level no. Say now on one level be ko 18 na ko ACDs. Say level be ko 15 na ko 15. Yentiasie. Ghana for the donor entiasie. And pay any economy bekasa. To understand the meaning of that directive by IMF, and they say we should reduce the intervention now. Yayama a year Ghana Sidna Huadeno, Ejinano. We'll talk about it this morning. Now, Ghana, the approach to election 2024. One of the key things are now also a anti-LGBT bill, bill no. I say gay bill no. Another one signing, John Mahama Ba. I know, say Parliament. There's a motion before Parliament. There's a bill before Parliament. No, say to quickly look at the bill. Nafi President in signing. But at the UN, United Nations, where Ghana is a member of the UN, they could share Monday and you may say you're too swabba as to what they say LGBT no a human right violation, and I say we should include it into our society as a mind across the world. Yet to abano Ghana say me jinan finfin. Ono I want 2 years. Ono I want 2 no. The jinan finfin. Instead of but say we abstain from the vote. Yan to be. So what 2 another 2 years and I said no. It's yan to be. Now the question is it a double standard? Because the president, wakache say, oh, one of the bill no be signing, and I said obey who you must parliament the ban in. But it was an opportunity for him at the international level through the foreign minister to vote against the human rights resolution as far as LGBT is concerned. But Yanyesa, why? It's a double standard and I say and we spend some time and talk about it. And of course, the suspended CJ. Nasamno, I walk Ghana court no. That's so hot there. Now no say we Ghana call ECOWAS court. I walk Abuja in Nigeria. ECOWAS court no a court bia. Almost show the regional block no. The regional block now. ECOWAS members in no. There's a treaty. I sign Ghana member of ECOWAS. You know, say there are some courts. Na say omo shembra. Say Ghana this amra no so. And pay the best say chief justice case now or the call ECOWAS no. Ebe situation no and an situation no. These are the things we'll be talking about this one right here on the show. Sana became Medinia de Kwesi, Parker Wilson, or call Facebook or your Oyerepa TV on Facebook, like a page, for come and go home, make kind of amount and the other page. Time no sooner me be a phone lines now. Then you join the conversation with your thought. Now it's a very packed morning, let's quickly get into our conversation. But before I begin our conversation, my very own Amako Abba, and then Wednesday, he's here to help us. With our health, send a pom de one some no, a bit to me a conking. In China pay, I'm a con ababedu, chese, or badia, a pom de one some qua, another name. I'll come out to pay.
Yeah, many of
not Bogodia.
Already at them, bro.
I say, why come on?
Oh, I say, come on, and be awesome. Oh, come on, be awesome.
We can pay.
Yes.
If you're not Vance activated charcoal. Powder, no. But you don't make a chain on the pay.
The American is a packer. Intro now, yeah. I mean, share what for on this biggest platform. The American, the bad Wednesday, and say, not the American chance and Tamani Ghana, money we are seeing in say. And then the idea by a friend Vance activated charcoal powder with lemon. Now ABD any ankachade any diafra any diafra fidium am FDA approve it. And so be any BC the table so. Now you can't Vance activated charcoal powder. The best change in say. And then you ni yensuo ni ye niema ye humi ko ye redie mu nyinara e say ya hawa e say ye brebo e say ye niema bebre organs within the body. A whole lot of airborne diseases in the system. And then you need so you fertilize and in near petit so ama. And then those questions free you may say preserve can pro. in my going to be fridge, and the fridge is meant for preservation, but rather moment tissue. Say. If you fridge you go and preserve tomatoes, then what is the tomatoes coming to your system? It is the American say to be on the safeguard. The air can say to Tumrikana better Vans activated charcoal powder with lemon. Now any away all those toxins and all those poisons. Then also a better cleansing with liver and your kidney. Now the woman say, "Oh, pedo draw to an up biatoa." To Tumrikana freck of a banana sasi you know. It was 0598 17 97 24 0244 218 476. Number in the dead TV, so no more money opportunity to be watching me. Best screenshot. No, starting fresh. You pay more distributors. You pay Vans activated baka into all villages, into all communities of our country, and even worldwide. Because you can't be there. Me sona me nini ye I all along let me name say me the entire na nkwa nyinya. Or me kofa be there the 2 no said this was the purpose. Say be there you drop paka. And ya say you forget the use of even charcoal now. Near sorry no pa na etimi di bidie kura ye brush bo bidie ye di bidie kura twitwi yese. Na etimi di friend saying body hini etwitwi yese. So in the olden days, ya papa ne mama no they knew the health wise of the bidie. But the engineer here, the Yaya say bidie the MSM for so great so. And Kachade kwa say Yaya for so so. But combining these two is going to help you protect your liver and your kidney. Because if you paka liver and kidney they are saying bam, then you are gone, you are dead. At the end of the day, it's also going to boost your immune system. So your immune system work from when you take Vans activated charcoal, 1 teaspoon and what take it, normal tea drink. And normal tea, I even prefer you go in early in the morning. What's a 1 teaspoon? And you be any lemon here. Now when you warm water, 1 hour before meal, you take it 1 hour before meal. Who the daily drinker? Rather, it's going to help you. It's going to boost your immune system. And maybe a year paka a wakawa. That's a Vans activated charcoal powder. Benwa. Right away, you get 1 teaspoon in your warm water, you stir it and you sip it. And now, it take away the poison from your system. Then also, say be a sorry, maybe also downfall. Starby, it will be what we ate yesterday. And maybe our blast screen, or blast system, and fat. But if you are Adriana Udi and hopefully you are okay. And then you will never be brave, dear, and your blood system, and your blood in fat. But at the end of the day, there will be no more issues. Maybe I'm running stomach that day. Vans activated charcoal powder and American many amount. Oba promise eba or the party you want to do so put on the baby. And any drugstore and any pharmacy shop you have to be as well. Now, Mamunya Yabisi pharmacy shops, Mamunya Yabisi drugstores, Mamunya Yabisi over the counter medicines. We are calling for, we need more distributors. It is an American. Fresio Nankasa, Babia will be an Achichi Nigana Babia. We are going to deliver it to you. All that you need to do is to call. It was 0244 218 476. And now say 0598 17 97 24. Oh, Fena, Momo number no trace canatusu. Then we will deliver it at your doorstep. Baby, there was so many of them in abundance. Now the woman say paka FDA adjatum. It's enya dia ubeto usuru. We have the FDA approval on it. Then the woman say, "Oh, your bad time now onyem." And now more banu for there. You are not supposed to take it, paka. How the missus ye? So onyem and now banu for you are not supposed to take it. It's the can say, "Hey, good for painters, especially a lot of artisans. Ye nyuma ye nkata honey. A lot of people, especially Zoom Lion for we can see, omu proper room, omu yi gatters, they are not covering their nose. At the end of the day, who yi gatan, who don't even say who yi debris, who yi fear gatan. But in Pampane Baumuno, you are inhaling them into your lungs, into your kidneys, into your livers. At the end of the day, you know. And then also we are brand here. When you are getting to around 40, 55, 50 years, that's the amount of signs, the amount of symptoms. It's immediate. The American say, Obi Biara Oye Wisi Ejuma is good for police officers, especially students. Omu Koskui, obi o ho de akodi dadam fu bi aduane ade on the day ne ma me parents no men no e bi won the chop box ma e good to go ne bo nya den e very cheap that you can even buy e say bia nya bi see the dining table so minus especially moko underground e ko ye nyuma ne ma mo hu mi futro it goes into your lungs sikani do benya but the one who say this kidney akosa ho yare but when it comes to kidney and liver problems some people get na donate bi grandma wa unya. So the best way I keep saying is prevention is better than cure paka. Nipa biara who didn't know sabi who down 90. Don't say you are free just like that. Always take no near advance. I bet cleansing system no from toxins. Because then be kaka no and then you only say fridge mu kwa no pro. Fridge ni moma keye for preservation now. And nebi bia ye di be say fridge bia and the kwa interfere kwa do mu ade. Tefre nyina be ko fridge you no na tefre him. All this is because and then you pollute the environment. You pollute your nyinara. But at the end of the day, they may save you any vans activated charcoal powder. To make na free. Na try na manu TV no so. Na free. Maybe you will be a brown 10 so we need a lot of marketers, we need a lot of distributors to come for this vans activated charcoal. Because it was system no bebre. And you Lugano baby all the interiors. All the corners of this country because sorry vans na the boy it is say unya bintoe now pedudu to the Oyerepa fia we the Ghana have a as office over you can come to Oyerepa FM you one in boxes promise here say ho we the Ohena the Oyerepa oba also per Mr. Mako baby will be able to yibia ma it's pack the air can say and yema vans activated charcoal powder and that biane and that drink pack am sure no more there because me so will be of course and you take it that is it and now if you know yes me sure say what will be here obi am for complaints be am na bodu mu nyina do dey ni say we benya tea cup kitu e bi say the onom lipton na we dey 1 teaspoon na was start now onom it saves you from dangers. Prevention is better than cure. Baka. Me sorry Paka. Numbers ni here me pa. Me to me bodoma bobo ya na ma force me rache. 0244 0244 218 476 then 0598 179 724 Paka they make an say prevention is better than cure. Me hu yanka na actually ekura hospitals you kokura mfidie kwa na enye adwuma yi facilities na enye adwuma anyway enka nyare we ni bo nya de Paka e very cheap and you can get it to buy anywhere in this country. It dey make sense say Paka be sorry catch what TF1 no mo feel you say they shouldn't get sick before they rush to the hospitals. Omon vans activated system. Then cleansing system from toxins and from poisons. On your case na obodima kosusa
apomdendie ewun here. In fact the wealth of every nation a human resource. Because human resource and nipa no more mind no. Omo ena chese omo hunya pa and sandipa or say yenya pomedin send be ya yenso so beti ga ye adwuma ama oman no etimi akoso cause ye adwuma no na ye tua ye to no nti ye tua to no na oman no so etumpom. So once again na me can say in fact prof Atobi crisis here prof Atobi is here also could do what dance here and we have testified say ampa edwano ekoyi eti Professor Lawrence Lowell was a licensed professional counselor, a licensed ADR practitioner, is an alternative dispute resolution practitioner, or an accredited management consultant, or sign a business professor. There's a prof in the school in the Obo while co school is it's in the prof for how I turn the other pay, or turn the other pay. It's the prof of do. And what Dr. Abraham Genfi, only a lecturer, Apia Minka University, or Babedu and the Aropay. But as I mentioned to you earlier, Bako Manosinamene, a year Prince Obri Yeboah, Edin Komo, chartered economist and a banker, on the IMF position, on Ghana, the interventions, and I say, and no my Yegua Kwemwa, Ama and the Ghana is sitting at home, it's Majina Brano. IMF say interventions, reduce no the do man tias here you say share the implication and the meaning of the IMF for Culture Bank of Ghana and a central bank and I say a buy no doc Akua no pay
minu ya mejo so
number job bia boko there me ton kan na che
amani yeta so di tipempem na me adom bibia boko na no pay
that's it that I say ahoden e wo ho na no pay there IMF for komunya na ne dikan IMF for kase Ghana should reduce the intervention we make on the forex now me pacho asechira pa ene se ne dikan
Omira dedikai na menchia wati for ne ahefo na menchia minuama omanya da jabesti do anopeya omobabu ama the program no bibia aye se wo hwe IMF dwumadi mu a one of the rule who play the advisory role ta yentufo enti ohwe situation na omai bi wo ma no afa ne nimdie mu eto omai le fo ewo kwan a ogidi se wo mu faso a ebeboa wo mu na da kwanya isu na ama IMF e2 Ghana aban for damata Bank of Ghana for say a kwaya wa faso e play instrumental role ewo the forest market and that's the exchange rate regime ayi wo mu no on teso ogidi se IMF adwen ye ne say the current level of CD appreciation no and as a quiet CD na faso enya anwoden no enye true fair demand and supply methods eduoma dwuno no omo pa akacha aban se aban na se Bank of Ghana enyai ema the normal market metrics the demand and supply no na determine the price of the and I said the level of exchange rate here CD ebesesa de ama the dollar to them the free market is the way to go and no na mo to Bank of Ghana for say ekwaya o ma faso manage that situation no o munye den enti o mun intervention no so like o mun nyu o mun sa free support bi o de ma system no manage no na no ana the demand and supply no indetermine the exchange rate and farmer
okay it say me to say does it mean say I am for some trade say nya ye artificial ana
say one say on said that you should that explicit language but based on advice our day man e wo ma dwunum omugidi say the current appreciation of the cedi no and does not reflect the realistic situation on the ground. Say woman no woman dwene say etwaso say ya na yentimi sustain in the long term. Ebema na say the depreciation of the cedi no aye den akofom. Woman say dwene the market efficiency and nam say enye the demand and supply ana regulatory system no emfa efficiency nye den emma. Then womu patch say there should be a metric like ubia tehwa unim acquire ye fast will determine the exchange rate. There ubia wo tie mi ebeti asem na si ya some bekaya en China president eba bonten beka say when there was a question say CD emra be for CD emma ubeka say president beka say eba ebegu edum adwuma. Now we want to peg the around 10 to 12 cities.
Yes.
Any economic student Bian will ask him or herself this critical question. Say, again, the Kudru ya city no Kudru between 10 to 12 no Aiden Ejina. To them, they think that there's an unseen hand Bia a regulatory SaaS system no. And no nama na Aiden.
No, but I mean, you monitor the space. You are within the space. You monitor the space. Yati from a bank say. Gold board policy on the buy and not kahubi and abu must na hold in Nigeria because now we are trading hard currency as in gold, for the dollars in the so for you, is it artificial? And I say these are proper intervention abu ama yesi na hold in Nigeria and it's just artificial.
Okay. my initial response to Mediamano, the true view of kind of saying, and that's my understanding of the economic direction of IMF.
Exactly.
So, Ubusa Miami view about what the IMF is advising the central bank now. I completely disagree with them.
Oh, you disagree with them?
My disagreement with them comes from the fact that also maybe to say China decided that you see the free market forces and determine the exchange rate. Now with me now could do yes adianon. If we are seeing in my China, then baby could. The economy has been reboxed for more than 2 decades. They don't think about exchange rate fluctuation. So my view is that the IMF use the book approach whereby saying economic metrics everybody must follow that pattern. We must challenge the status quo. If what the central bank is doing, we will be able to sustain it. I think that the government must go ahead and do it. By the end of the day, in as much as they are using government metrics or government mechanism to sustain or to fix the rate, all the other economic indicators, like you mentioned, the gold board, we are improving on our export activities and what have you. To end this, and check the first quarter report of the economy and the report to not say my Ghana in the last quarter of the year 2025 or the year 2024, our export even exceeded our import. All these are signs that indicate that we are doing something positive. So if we are able to sustain it on that pattern, I think that the advice is some kind of ill. And anybody now obey the IMF, their political history. Ghana frontier some American. IMF is also a political figure. I will say review of the last assessment of the IMF bailout, which is with the Babon. One who have criticizing another government. Yeah, Obibia or Chakunya should be on IMF Ebonabaso. As soon as you exit office, no market Timamu for 7 more money. Me man fat to him. Ghana for Peke I think May 2009. And now Professor Mercer Baya, Okoshia, the then IMF country representative on the Ghana's economy. No one really the comment ya Papa Kadefa, the man Penyuko for Amamu. It was very bad. He described it as the economy badly managed. Fast forward 2017, they said the same thing about Yura Mahama Mamu. So they are becoming too political when it comes to some of these comments. So what is what? It looks as if they don't have the grip to say or to tell you the gospel truth. But who feels what? They just walk around and paint a bad picture about whatever that you are doing. I think that Ghana for you now being GDA ewa baimu near support to no pressure and whatever that the government is doing to stabilize the situation, we are for it. By the end of the day, Ghana first. It's not about economic metrics. I see. It's in simple plain language. Do I hear you say Abino, the central bank or the Bank of Ghana, the IMF Fonicano, Omomongu, they should just ignore it? They should tread cautiously. Because one tread cautiously, let's say in the long run, who could fail with your approach now, and also a replication, any the lender of last resort, as a so they should find ways and means to balance the situation, listen to the advice, and also practice with tactfulness with the way they are going. It's advising your ill. However, central bank should tread cautiously. Now, what canon? That's it. The mechanism. Because it's like you being a bank leader. When the central bank is giving a directive, so I can obey the central bank nation and San manage you akunya and answer o bank here. Unko wenim. And now could 12 the couple did a so about so they should be in line with the situation. Listen to the advice adjust yourself by do what is right and move on.
Mamisa, finally, so the interventions that they are talking about, what should I need to do to be sustainable? Because I mean, the government is starting itself with a gold board policy, making the point that and no is one of the mildest touch. Ama ye see now what they know it's imagine. War and our the economic space no more. From what you are saying, say you entered cautiously. That means the good board policy and I say interventions now about the air, no. And yes, sustainable enough. I feel say they be do it. I must now what they know. In the long term, is that what you are saying?
Not necessarily so, but the gold is just one item of on our export product line. Somewhere last week or last week, Fish Solution at the predicted doom at the Magana. According to them, they see the price of gold dropping in the near future.
Yeah.
And because for now we have relied or solely relying on the export of gold, anything about our exchange rate strength is about gold board. Should anything happen to the price of gold in the global market now, what happens to us? So that is the basis of my advice that they must take cautious. So if all sectors of the economy are picking other exporting enough returns then we are good to go. But if you depend solely on the gold, should anything happen to the gold export now, so we should diversify our portfolios and ensure that we have a diversified source of forest. A BB tobacco, so rather than solely relying on the gold board. So that is where I'm coming from.
Great. Dr. Prince Oyerepa, better send out of pay. I mean, always a pleasure talking to you. That's a part of
I mean, sure, yeah.
Right. So, that's Dr. Prince Oyerepa, an economist, and all my quick understanding. No, it's a two-way side. Bank of Ghana, no, but because Senator Fetchik and I read that report myself. Say they are predicting that gold prices at the world market is dropping. A drop what it means is that the value of the gold no be dropping. It's ABS and can say what they 10 ounce of gold a kojaso. Now you the influence on your 2,000 Ghana cedis are a drop here. What is that same 10 ounce of gold no kojaso? We have 1,000 Ghana cedis. So it means that the no air drop no, then the cedi no so will be affected. It's really more like being cautiously optimistic. Say a cashier. I mean, you can fall on the IMF. If you ignore the advice completely, the finance minister, the Bank of Ghana boss, and all the other individuals, Ghana is second regional brand, and so we know so that is advice. Dr. Prince Oyerepa Edema and that because many were wondering why the IMF would give such advice, but I'm saying the clarity is there. And how any institution is born about Oman. Once again, Doc, but that's it. Let me come back to the studio quickly. Dr. Abraham Jemfi, or a lecturer or Apiamika University. About do another pay. Doc, Akwaba. Number show you Great. Professor Lawrence Lowell, or a licensed professional counselor, licensed alternative dispute resolution practitioner, accredited management consultant, and a business professor. Or high now to pay. Prof. Akwaba. Number show you here. Wait a minute. There's a quick comment on Sydney and say twice call Ghana. Any quick comment on that? Yeah. You're quitting. Okay.
I'm going to make a comment on the report on Madiabano.
I
have always insisted say Ghana your boy ability we are not where we are now.
Okay.
Why must we always export raw materials for somebody to determine how much you want to buy it?
Okay.
Now with this report, I will not be surprised that they will intentionally create a reduction in gold price.
Oh, really?
Just to affirm what the report is saying. We cannot trust them.
Okay, what can Fitch report?
That's what I'm taking from.
Okay, Fitch.
We can't trust them because any intervention.
French say, or make critique a deliberate.
I'm talking about IMF and where they are coming from and where the world market.
A French now a predict say gold price be conform. IMF is only advising say interventions they need.
Sure, that's where I'm coming from.
Put
all together.
Okay.
Put all together. Now the issue is, if you're able to do a domestication of our development, and we have it here, whatever intervention that we are using to reduce the rate, do you think other people will be happy with it? Outside, do you think they will be happy that Ghana economy is booming, blah blah blah? They are now getting the benefit that they used to get. For me, I'm very sure they could do other things just to suppress our economy.
I see.
What I'm saying is we have come a long way, over 60 years or more.
Like 68 years.
60 years or more. We can do better. Usually we don't want to compare ourselves to countries that you started with. They won't say this to some of these countries that you started with.
Now, let's quickly zoom into our main conversation this morning. So, Senator Mikayan, proud to the election 2024, and we shall fall. There was a whole lot of hula baloo about the signing of LGBT bill. Ghana, Bemani or Ban Shiemu. Ghana, you see a culture values. Norms no say equate here. John Mahama had a campaign, including some George Nadiadi. I'm sure you all know the story. Now, fast forward. A year Monday, was a group in the mono. United Nations. Na Ghana so a member of United Nations. Sa a Maya mine a Kona a Kabom a year at the global stage. Be a member of it. Now the core, see yen to swaba me come was a cool no say yen to swaba say kita hudi no entiambra bia nti wa odi tum say kita de entiambra bia no to yes wa won jindi no to no wa woni bibia ka so no je na finfini Ghana omampeni joma ama me atia say wono de sa gay ni lesbian sensem no obekoti e wo Ghana. Is that the one I showed him say at the global stage, you know, or bet send a catchy powers. Say me tweet ya. Say Ghana the see so in the to know. Say we yen so. But Ghana see me jina fini. Me I mean 2 years. Me I mean to know. Me count what chicken inside Eddie Gunechi. Ne koye no. Now when a Ghana for bisa say na then ne kosi. A double standard. And I say a dear in Penufaba. On the chair send on the page. Wow, so show me on the page. What do you think? A double standard and yachum. Oh, Jomama Bemu and I said, Day. Prof, let me start with you. Prof, what's in common? Hey, young woman, say, where you former, you say, a catchy power, say, where you are set it. It just a Ghana chess and pa. You see, pa, you bet you I say, pay. But Ghana say, be you feel me, I mean, yes, me, I mean, canoe. That's what I'm saying, Prof.
Omampani Jumadia audience here. Family, young who bonny bebre sentiny.
There be who bonny who say 1-2 years and
1 2 years and so but Ojana
or Jaffi,
a yakakra.
A yana say yakakra.
A yakakra ni. I mean,
meet you, Prof.
Submission called Parliament in the former president. A yadena one side, gentlemen. A bit much a but na opinions e wo hu nyina ne se Ghana yenye sa ne mane nto eni tinka omma kwan na enye mra se yende yempe
exactly
ana wanya na waja hoko ana ma pani foforo aba eda so wo ho nwenwene ho ahodo no nyina mu no enya nsie gina pen se ne yeko nanso obrasu e wo man no mu no so right. At all levels in the Christendom, Muslim, traditional, the culture aspect of Yanyintu. Inti in a nutshell, no, or man no Yintu. Inti I was say Yasisu Jinaye. 2. Before some of the basic Janae was had the any people. A foot to na contribia, I was say piano. Say adio way a daddy say ya to sana more way. obetum de ono ankasa ne pe atusa na mo ne so mampani na se oman ne hihye ne badwafo a etu no fo mana kwanche no so ene ne nyantwena ofiri ho ba ebeye sen.
No, but at least onim the sentiment of the Ghanaian people.
No.
Onim.
No.
Don't can't say onim the Ghana for
me bow.
What the guy can say you sue a chief for brabo a kemufa brabo. Ya ye bunsa ye na say yempe.
Wenim. Ye na baby say. Opani de mate manti.
Oh,
a reporting and affirmation.
Okay, so it's with me.
Onu si o my ba say Ghana ni. E bi nkwa no opposition no okuti ase abana also no wanya ntumu na so ahage homo abeto no ba bi ogina sese ya no se koba se ye pia de ne ko parliament na wo se o yendo so ana wo san na otwentwen ne na ase e ho da Ghana fo be hu ne nya atwom na ye pese ye ka no
no prof
we me ba be ba se I'm not defending your oyeye no ba bi ogina no onfa Ghana nkohye mu onfa Ghana nkohye mu se ye pene so ye to aba open so say sa na ye we enkoso me so ye ko no ba man to be me pene so ana me pene so so one to be in neutralization it means you don't accept it
Debbie it's not always the case. It's not always the case.
The case be
because yes and no.
Ekoba say those who did not vote should review their stand. It's another thing. One vote no. Per record, so say the bill has been implemented for the global world to support the LGBT plus bill. Because vote one vote no, I'm one can no per counting no or man nyina so. And as so vote in so and can be a bejina. But one vote no as a personality no or person or Bobby be who by person.
There was a bomb by.
But person bomb by the same. So ojitumu ko bra ye ntumu ye be na beda ho ade den sequence so bible so mention ni den sequence kan be ni be review na fe ya ja tumi say ye de ye fa anya djuma ndi okon Ghana fo fa anya djuma se ye ne mra bia wo mama che ye fa anya djuma ye mayimu no ye ne mra bia proposal na beta ho no be ye nya ntumu say yes or no ye ntumu enti ne kan nyina ya dwunu mu mi fi say mi nu fi say wo fi say so but yen share mara say yen fa nya djuma Ghana ha nya djuma there were 2 cases at the court omubogu yes yen mra be che say sankofu betumi impeach wo so enti no okoko gina no kana Ghana abadwafo etunufo say yen suma wa obende ne be oja ne de onfa yen ko share bibia mu akwanya ho no say ye betumi aye mra nche say say yen de yen fa nya djuma say nya ka ekova ne we are baby as Ghana for the omni sign won't. As simple as that.
As simple as that.
Oh yes.
Because you see, I'm trying to pull a story, but my internet no I remember vividly, even prior to election, Jomama Kase wono wonji san no endi on jindi say or say ma ho kwan ema omoba ye Ghana ha ebedin djuma. So onone asofo in fact even obey president the Catholic Bishop Conference for a corner srano e man need to move biom say wono de bill na expire or parliament but a bill na sign be biom parliament now the burden nim kwa dia wo be sign. So these are 2 commitments not John like I say me even as a person I don't support it. And on the Ghanaian sentiment and Catholic Bishop lecture straightforward on that meeting say, Mr. President, Ghana for you in June 2. Who call about Ghana for Dim Koma? Nipa 10 out of 9 will tell you say
no.
Yeah. What I say. Yeah. So it's a sentiment that reflects the people's view. And I also know to Obama who lady a Ghana for. And we say when I chair Paul say the voice of the people is the voice of God. It's Jomama doesn't need any law, anything to go and vote yes at a year you on program that no ye e be say o ye nya atwom o jitum so ye nya atwom
nipa o ka so ye nya atwom no I want one issues
on can
confirm ba na tie nie oba yo kanifo a ade bia o be endorse bia no must be backed by the constitution unfru pe mu nkoye enka bi sa baka say o ye autocratic ada na parliament dey da ho no ma ye nya ho adwuma na akwa akọ kana bonten so we hye kra do. Really? Only if you accept. And the comment has ever. I don't know when you fear. What people say there was an issue about pardoning issues. Be I can't say I don't know who my rights will fear no question about. So, and you know, never be one of my back and for who tell them must be cautious. Maybe I'm beginning to say, so one can yes a holiday. To me, no, and yes, strong problem, Ghanaians. Because you between your hand and the can say, you know, approved by Parliament. We are okay. Yes, you are too much.
He could have said yes at the UN and also come to Parliament and also say yes at Parliament.
The same thing.
Before I said that, there's a survey, you see, 89-90%, 97% of Ghanaians are against LGBT.
After voting, have they been able to impose something through the LGBT on Ghana because the president stands neutral? No.
I see.
So he still have the chance.
It's one of the basic Jomama campaign against Akua Asiedua. So on sign the bill.
Campaign system about and this MPP did. Some of that kind of honour. One bedroom Akonyano so.
You don't trantro.
And yan throne na wotu.
No that Ghana for.
And ya dada na or dada Ghana for. Parliament issue no nyamba bio. Say a ban so to change the former president to change so now. Now you get to know their mindset. So what's about Besan? And nyamba.
It's you know the one from Sobia Jomama say we are abstaining from vote now across all UN. From Sobia.
To me, was standing neutral no and just open. And just open. To me. Personally. Standing neutral no. It's another way of saying no. Yes. So you vote for yes, now standing neutral. It's another way of saying no.
Can you double standard?
To me,
to you is not double standard.
But to me, and just say you will, and you will no.
I see. Okay, Prof. Martin. No, I'm also. So that's Prof's position on the matter. Also, I want to say.
Yeah, I'll approach this issue from two perspectives.
Me too.
One, at the global world. What the president...
Yeah, my training does
sorry. Their president, that is what he has to say. Because one legally, no, you're fast and beyond some money. Say, okay, yagiatum. And until no baby, any response out the mind, he cannot be leading the country. So, you share a mirror new na sisi ya nyina yagia to na mra na dimu na wokono koka say Ghana ya nyintuma. Yes, the research no whole opinions no whole there, but it is what exists in people's mind.
But no so account that happen.
And because I'll take it from two perspectives.
Okay, with you.
Into from the first part and they say baby your coin as at the time of coin there. Na legal in Ghana ya nyintumu ye into ya nyintumu ya nyintumu ye. Esan say e wo ye tirimu say bi ebesi hu agina nyensi ye ntino. Onim baby agina ye beko say beko left stand beko right. He couldn't have given us a position say Ghana ye will say. But ye be fear my concern is why is the bill delaying? That is why I want to take the second point. In my area of mission, me can say Ghana sabi ye boy ye bill here. Some of these conversations and why didn't I go forward at the time? One signing, Muhammad campaign, we are over 6 months now. Now. Why are they always delaying when it comes to certain things? Say, Ghana, you baby, bet me na so some decisions we feel say take decision, no, na implication, no, be global world, the MY, no. We always have to drag our feet. And nunti in a dream, say, ye will feel. Near my president Nina so or qua or bet me a Ghana for your position, you know. A sense of fear, man, Nina so could say. In your maybe a fee says in your position, in way here, in so Ben de Beba, a be a near Cocasia, and Nunton, let's drag our feet. And no near baby. Say, I dear Yagina, and now soon a year to me by a Hobrana, yet and your bossy abon the Ataqua. And Cassasa, we can see that I can't go for the time near Sani. Now there be a number was able. In two Cocan Sembina. Will be a quackabon hobos and Alconoco dinner tema Okobenyabi. And until we are always dragging our feet with some of these things because a one day Yabeko, Aqua Jabos.
It's John Mahama or abstaining in a community or abstaining.
For me, that's the truth. That's the truth. Because assistance now.
Because yes, I been another bono or can know even another and you want to be crowd. No, what's in a hana. Into their community again into Yantuaba. Into
quite young control banner there one. Ye
man, but you have saying
ye man the basis, ye man in your social conquer. And until he couldn't have said any other thing. so gyina mfimfini because efie no ye nyansi gyina ye ewo so se ye ko benkum anase ko nifa de yate ne nyina ye what exists in people mind madwin ye mi say but ye nyina ye ka bom sorry na ko parliament na parliament ka say ni ye ko ne ye to so aba no assign ya yage atum. So that's the position of the country. As it stands now, the country don't have a position.
But Mokasa, Obekasa, you're not being fair to Ghana for because Doc, and your policy be a Ghana, Akwa you and Akwa two swab Ghana has taken a position on it as a mine. I'm not sure that years ago position be a Ghana for 2 years and Akwa 2 no. Example, Russia-Ukraine war. Clear example. Ghana didn't take a stand. Parliament didn't take a stand. Now, if you want to vote against it, say Ghana is not in support of Russia-Ukraine war. President at the time, Nanado, and they voted against it. There was no way in Ghana. A chance to say Ghana is here. How is that compared to this one?
Fine. I understand.
So there's inconsistency.
I understand your argument.
There's inconsistency.
There are some issues that we don't need a legal backing. And what you cited didn't need a parliamentary approval. Really? So be a parliament, not parliament. So you put in a motion, a bill. We didn't need a bill to be seconded into, to be signed into a law and sign a master declaration. But where dear, it is something that a bill has to be prepared. Yanko debate, president, and sign it and sign it. Who say we have it? Yes, I did. Into either left or yes. Say a beko in favor of Ghana because Ghana for ya will be reflected at the parliament. But as it stands now, you nyanko in that a year. But the person make an entire mass argument actually in say a come near day. For that angle, I agree. And so we are only playing our cards very well. I say a bear me, I will not be surprised that Mahama will end the 10 and that's how we uncle baby. And
then the 4-year 10.
That's some ways, that's how we sign. That's how baby. Because
it's Ghana didn't mean signing.
The implication thereof. For we, it will say you could sign here. Even when we made this comment, say foreign countries, we Monsan can wait, Monsan can wait. Hey, and sign a baby there. Then let's that is what is happening now. This couldn't have been a problem for China, a problem for this country.
Exactly the point.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's Ghana, we are not sovereign.
We are not.
We are not keke.
I won't sit here to say Ghana, we are independent. Our independency, economic independence, we don't have. It's only political independence that we may have. But in terms of economy, the Ghana, any decision will bring us dire consequences. No, every government will be dragging the feet. And that's the position with the side case here.
I see.
That's the case.
Yet me fault John Mahama on this matter. That's what you are saying.
For me, yes, we can't fault him, Papa, because one, legally, no, you call that target in the field, so no, that target no may bring us dire consequences. Into no, I say massage and kakra.
I see.
Now I say, baby, baby.
Wanted to chip in something after Yanko. But if I'm a friend, Reverend Team for job, I catch him as on friend. Reverend Team for job will be as on us, say. Only the campaign. Yes, I want to get a start on this matter. It's a very
you share nothing. She says a parliament say yeah endorse what. Yeah, what bond in your opinion, NDC MPP. Inti almost better as discuss. Then Mama Yan sign. What the man sign a ban say and I'm also supporting an MP and they can do it that way. It's simple to do. That be issue I can opposition are raising concern. Issue I can opposition are raising concern or within this 6 months.
Oh, Team Fojo has been talking about it sometimes. Yes. Oh, so opposition. Team Fojo has been talking about it.
I say, as I'm back
on the MPP.
Send you see pushing. Papa. I simple to do.
They told die. It was
this is a Obi Frabontin. Be a Christian council. Opinion leaders be chiefs with that in the na. Omupia government. They say do this. Asana Yachuma. And this part they are independently within the parliament.
Okay. Me born Team for Jody because he has sent me something very now a while ago. I say Ghana has abstained from a vote on LGBT at UN. President Mahama has completely shifted away from the country's bold stance against LGBT. Faith-based organizations, House of Chiefs, and citizens must rise up boldly to defend our cherished values.
What shift? No, Okasa, Menene Yadini.
Oh, man,
people to me shift here, a former president. I know, or the two, on quite the one shift. You throw it away. One shift.
Because Ghana, your stance. Ghana has a stance.
I had done a former president dancing. The query of the man on the same. And then go for Saturday and come on San Hong Kong. Because open fish no, or you never be a Hawkeye. The other one sign when you're Hong Kong. Say a bear how may call to my saddle. Come back. I don't know.
I see. What do you also think? Dog named Prof Akasa. In fact, It goes on to say that this absurd vote comes barely a week after same-sex couple were emboldened to kiss under the Independence Act, desecrating our national monument without a pinch from President Mahama and his government. You remember that video? Those pictures in the bar, you know? Ryu and Lee, from South Africa. Say they are coming to meet hate with love. Of course, I will call Independence Square, go to pictures, go to brigades, go to pictures, and I'll come. So that is the position of a Reverend T. But it appears both doctor and then prof are disagreeing with him on this matter. It will move on.
I don't know about
Hey, oh, let's say. Onyabem.
Never knew Onyabem.
Or some man paying this, they should take action.
The BBC Publica, my business watching the panel.
I see.
We can be making noise about this thing, but Ono Tim Fojo, being a member of the previous government,
yes,
he knows the consequences of the bill. He knows it. He knows. They know why Mahama didn't even vote. They know. They all know why the previous government they all know.
Oh, yes, I forget it.
It will take an external push.
Opinion push. So I
but say
say I am for I saw for on can be a woman.
No more king, and they have all talked about
Obian make
two vacasebi. So for Kasa, Imans Vakas, Obia Kasebi.
Offer, Yakasan Yajuma. Let's put documentation down there to the president. Do this. David Biffy. I am for sale, your submission. I saw for your submission. Please submission to the president. I do a culture. And to one ya, send the BC.
I see. Okay, we'll make some progress, but we'll call a Facebook app or a Pat TV. I'll be happy to read your comment this morning on the show. Now, before night and so on, what you're doing is very interesting. Comments, any analysis and suggestions from Prof and a doc and the Anope. But this one, the doc now, I shall say because Chief Justice is suspended. Or send the fan who they be a committee members and Omutetiaso. And Nuntino, or they are called Supreme Court today, but Supreme Court Amanati as I said, there is no violation of human rights or baby. Menoka say, or they are called High Court as well. A High Court in a case, no mean free case in the crowd. But whilst the case is pending at the High Court, or ECOWAS courts, and ECOWAS court also there, West Africa as ECOWAS members, in a court as NBC, and one key thing now, ECOWAS court for a democratic power, a human rights violation. Or show of power. One of the key things are ECOWAS court, a human rights violation, and also a Chief Justice. They are called a Omashe say, Omundi Nasa man because officer Ghana for no. And I say your court no, and the committee for no motion in seven no, Omuti and the fan with this. ABC, as all prime no hondo. ABC say all kinds of the back. Look, Omo say chief just war pray no hondo no. Omdika. And I say omo nim nyom kika.
Okay. It's unfortunate where we are now. I have the Biameka say Ghana can say bedu. Institutions say independent, should remain independent. Now most of these people who sit on independent seat, don't know much independent seats, to there be our more actions and inactions, it creates certain impressions that they belong to a certain group. And no, any baby could be, and no, ye see, former ye see, and other incrophobia no much independent seats. At the point in time, you could see from in your maybe a normal and say, I say, they are always in line with the ruling government. And into no position be so bad. Now say they want to look into the
well, Chief Justice, you are not so independent body or no.
Oh, it is.
Rule of law. So,
will be any, sir.
I say the law is the law.
The law is the law.
It's a rule of law.
But why did people petition say Yemanenko? Meaning they felt to say no maybe or no. The law is the law, no. The law wasn't a law at a point in time. That's what people felt. Say no maybe or no emra am to kwem. And we be sagan and Nibia will follow the time now. Ubenya one or two rulings be a ban and Tombakasa with the Asama dream no and shut down.
Now, who got it now? Because who number who call law school? Me see, I feel a mission constitutional law. Mean call law school here. It's imagine me to make us say Chief Justice that didn't know. It don't know what call law school could see one for 30 years. Why am I? No, I can't also why you now call law school.
Yes, I know, Rebecca. But the point is, you don't need say Emla. Na Ghana Constitution na eda hono.
Oh, I'm from Constitution about.
Ghana Constitution eda hono. You drawn in plain language.
Right.
There are certain you may be because of maybe a lacuna woman in Tino, we needed people to interpret it. But the law, I say, I never find at Detroit. I brought from the Detroit into Sabi. So be a secondary school or kind Ghana Constitution. One sentence be I saw a court, a court who judges and patriotic. Yes, it's true. Said that some baby will have sent Tiasiano and near Juma Papa. Okay, a one in a we need these people to maybe obey church. So I had no kind as I want Tiasiano say this, no. But in every part of the constitution be an answer, who called judge or one answer, no church said, and no to say someone no more Melanintino, the Umbeka about Melanibiano should be taken straight away. For me, I don't agree. Now, I know the baby Chamuko. Now we are where we are now, say. Your petition, president, your baby. He raised a lot of allegations. I saw 5 of them. Or say violation of the right to a fair hearing. He was saying, say, representation, when you fair representation. Or make allegation about Venu, no, baby, EFD assembly, about the memory, previous memory, what. Whilst a book of harm in the yard, the book was for me. One of them, baby, EFD assembly. Me teacher ni eyena ye exams na students ka so say me de me ha na se bia we de me UF baby out me de kwa kwata so say me ho na mbisa say so we feel ba na program na ba be nko na obeye ya anka no ha na bet na room exams nti say me you feel room ha na me de kwata na me office say be exams ho I have not violated any of your rights because we feel ba no ina nko na be program na anka no ha na bet na exams. For me, the Venom Moody assembly there for me, I don't have any problem with it. Yes, right. The law is the law. Baby, you be was in Biano. Court, ordinary court, people feel intimidated. So, question a judge 40 or crown on one casa, no whom in Tiafas and one if you could. And don't forget the
baby, as I be saying, or moment in my canon judicial law court complex. I want to this answer. I've been there severally. It's when ideally, yes, I didn't know.
The committee said they needed privacy. And until they felt to say how it's known. Until young baby, a bait or a issues. For me, that shouldn't have been a problem.
We're going to call Ecowas. This all because
I know says the law
and the right
has the right. We can ask me to do with that. Open to me soon who can say uncle. Or the assembly Ghana court a lot up to the highest. Ofi say unya fair hearing. Into baby wade kwa ye beti na asama. You cannot mean in the kwan say man fa na assembly call. But as to say the issue no dey call no and merit let the court hear.
Oh, the same was saying that this should not do on a bit fairly or equal.
I know I'm not the judge. I mean, two sitting should be. Say, make us a bit failure, then I said maybe.
And Sansa is a bit fairly, former director of Ghana Law School.
Media, but the point is, Obe to Miyako. But as to say, it should not the alcohol, no. More do enough. Because, the son, at least he's the mother of the law. Menkane for now. Intimating in national bottom. And until some of the issues not always here about political interference, you know, would be something as the lay person. President na he not violated the law. Yeah, man, says will be the petition. The president should act on it. The president failing to act on the petition is also a violation of other people's rights. I don't know. It's on Obia or no Sunimra. So with the petition, cause the president, the petition. Now president failed to act on it. I mean, so many right to violate it. So once you say about it too, right, because the president have acted on the petition, you know, have you forgotten about other people's rights? Those who brought the petition, almost so many rights.
Okay.
So what you expecting the president to do?
Mama Matthias said, look, it's on the issue of the venue, in fact, from the grave I mean, a judge from Penny for Bicasa and it didn't come on. Now, on what I say, venue, no, ideally, now it's only a law court complex one. But on we penny when I hear the head of judiciary and Kobani say they be a now back now no be a show. It's not nice. So in the wisdom of the committee members, you know, your imagine say ye free ho ako edu lodge one and what more executive give you some conducive atmosphere. Anything I'm the call na enye say wapayo because young lawyers and judges na mona de biana a whole chief justice or four steps no ba ye dinner no four steps no ba sa no mo sha enye fe. That's why they took her to the plane, you know. That is the information that I've gotten with regard to the change of the venue.
And that's what they told us. It gives you memory about and even any home execution
how can I just say no can't that's
what that's the point.
You fact check here and let's say the event no case see you know it was even way before the meeting. So some meeting what was the name? Amatepemu you know. It was before. I mean, Assembly C June. They had done it after Assembly C. Yeah. So, for those of you who know, you know. I'm not professor. Prof. So, Chief Justice, I mean, ebisi wo ye dodo. Anka ebeya anka. No German anka. Because na ye dey san ebeye. Wo hwa wo ye dodo.
Me cancer wo ye dodo na so wo ye dodo. I mean, from French mbele mo.
Me too.
No, baby o dey be say na akoye say student fee say max onyaya no e wo form inte ko remarking
student fee say max onyaya no wo form don't get remarking
me just try the university maybe after my first master degree in the year 2007 both outside and local we match their fabia men can say to me see betumi see but me nyan share bi student to me ya remarking no nya higher mass than nyaya
I like the scenario. Forgive me, but I like the scenario. Students be new. What call we mark?
Me nyan share.
Me marking that. Me all my life as a group.
Somebody came to my office on this same students. So I took my laptop. You had it. I said, please. It's okay.
It's okay. Obefa the engineer Omo can say students be new. Or say when you find when you're 70%. Now I see the even go so you're 8 and 85%. Now about remarking, then when you say 85%, and you see that. Sometimes you are not even careful. Your 70% would even go down. I don't know watch it. Are you saying that?
Number 2.
Chief Justice remarking.
My memory. Number 2. In the face of law, say my judgment. Now we are appealer, and you are appealing in it so straight away. You must semna enti we are appealing. The shasem no hwe atimu ye de ma wona wona nyi ho no se achi ansa na ya review se enchia ya ne ba ya ne no an be gina so
that's it. That people have gone to the appeals court in one cases.
Me ba ana me can say
or high court or Lucy case in high court, but of course appeals court he won the case there. We go call remarking about me.
How be anim but ECOWAS into me mediate ya fa ahode so.
That is true.
And then I say, oh, yeah, especially if you want to become a practicing lawyer in Ghana. Now the foreign law bar, obey constitutional law.
Yeah, right.
Because or maybe I want to say ya what the bonam. Say who follow procedure and I say constitution article 146 now.
146 no issue.
Clause 6 no. Say aban no am fa chise no so no the suspending there. There's a problem. Memo so fa chise no so no the suspending ya. Aho no aban oni aban no enu ka say oni aban nya asem. Na mum me fam no nipa ekuo mi say oni omo nya asem. Na edin kan. Asem about human rights no. Na edin kan. Omo ade kwa du tu no so. Yes. Anna committee recommend aban on suspending no. Omo na so oni omo nya asem. We say Sabani Francis, no send the American idea. And ya ban to me no they suspend ye. Nemum a quantre by and say baby assembly ye assembly near Nimunwa. No crebu may be to make just a queer nimubium, and now you bet me just a buatin. And it man never a jumato. Near trust me if you and this ya.
So now with the Council of State.
Yeah, and
the petitioners and the Council of State.
Me how near. And then on Cassemini Jina Pen Washam, na human right violation.
Oh, assembly what Chim say bogus. The press conference no be here, no. What Chim say all the allegations are bogus. I mean, in effect, one can say bogus, but in effect, what just saying that say that's winning. They bogus.
And they want you more.
So go and defend the case.
Why are you struggling about human rights? Human rights be no come as this here.
Oh, sir.
Because me can't submission be on fee say I was saying ka ban man kwa no ye adwuma. Bra we hasem no mu no.
Exactly.
But question so ma kwan sa. Question no ma kwan say you suspend no. Obwa.
I mean, you see, the woman is the one who understands the law. Or see the suspension is unlawful.
I mean, they can't say.
You say a man who come in and once the investigations are ongoing.
Yeah,
one of them.
Young Kai.
Yeah, Kai Mamma, I mean, Prof, Kai Mamma. It was because of bosses. I mean, Prof.
That bill, also, constitution.
This is the chief judge of the Republic of Ghana.
Me, He's
the chief judge of the Republic of Ghana. Prof. This is why I love
first degree, second degree, PhD.
Oh, why love PhD? Oh, I see.
Emrano, Nemrane Kano. Emra Casa Quaba Cope and a womb. Statement Nina, plain English.
Okay.
Emra Casa Quano, Chese, a semna a piano. Say, I cannot could do more. A bit matwaso, a dear semnoa. Yen two, president for Anna. Committee no advice president na on suspended chief justice and there's a bit where just we are ten into we no free more kasa ni nyina ye plain language I just say recommendation obi de ebo kwadu nya ban sorry ya say mayi na free ho obi na ebo kwadu mo kwadu no why on dey obi na sema to wo so ana sam na beda wo so a emra ne kire say ka kire Council of State no mo hwɛ mu nsasam no kura bi wo mu a yompa committee amra ninfo abenfo kukuda mienu wo mu abaako bi etitrene na ba kwan member
of course
they are fast neutralization no mo wi a o ma recommend am ban the outcome
exactly
and o recommendation no na ban that so say ene for adwuma to ho ne ntwa so nhwɛ mu enti aban fo so ayen say
I see
aban nyam fo so bia o say na ye ka LGBT issue na minimum discuss the same thing
I see
oh enti aban no the current statement government am I say case no o problem kakra wo I can say very dicey man because anu issue aba I say den kakra an o kan pi say the akam e free committee aba bia no o de ba adwuma an o sa kan say recommendation ya free the Council of State and a man here na o ye no independently abanu ne no ni asem mra na adwuma always say already several submissions are emrani for akaseti ase nsem no mu nyedu say obe suspend bia ho na ozo firi ba no ana Ghana emra mu no okanifo te say bia ne ho no ma ya suspend no
right
I am a reference point to the previous attorney general the longest one Georgina Wood,
Chief Justice, the previous Chief Justice.
Yeah, and I say my current Chief Justice are free way by you so no. The submission be a President Kufuor say, and some of that no so munyedu into 1 pound year. Tina Ghana for menu for in the Commonwealth section if say. I was saying I buy so far say some more can munyedu.
But do you think say munyedu anase? And why law what we still do na ma. We try some like that when munyedu anase munyedu say be suspended.
No, within the committee no. Omunya so no minim.
Okay.
And that's why you hear
but for you as somebody who's read the law, we say ko do e dia bon no is it enough say the suspend na na
over
meet you
obi ko ya banje to me the ko 15 years obi we 10 billion it me in 3 months the reasons and the combating submission and ayeduma and I suspend obi parent chese you suspend obi
yeah
and the Ghana for can say you suspend obi the children be attached either so bewu and obeko retire and the way say come na ayeduma cha and no law and two yeah ka adwene wachire nyina enye nyina no constitution no ma ye to me bia say ye decide
the federal
the decision no within the committee for now
yeah near the committee so
you know no be de beba no say ebebo obi say mo obi we den asem kokota ba ku bedi for
of course
enti we na oka no me human right violation na opese ye man kwan mo koye adwuma e hono na many problem hono no because em ran kire say asem na hwem na say no kura bi wo mu a ye kan kire aban no ida say asem we de say ne ba ye no I was say oyi na di enti obetu yi na di
you see a political
recommendation
vendetta
me ba
you know what can you now politics shake
masa say politics shake me ni say sa no nyina ye so what kire say politics shake me ni say sa na mo nyina mo ye and the kufa no ba so no sansa judges ne ma continuous no opa nipa bi a ebeboa no na afavor no otumi anya sema o de kokko to obedi bi nti no yes and because the system no you several changes several appointments you go bebre nti announcement
to your mama should yebi
and they say no so no minate and when it comes to this debate and this MPP obi akọ position bi asem be bia no and so can I just say papa even so men can say finance minister ever making submission of budget on presenting we near the kai sadom ayen ntumo ho no owi kasa ani ato no what's the message by no present yes you were debated it before it comes out but all presenting no we are with after the submission final submission no voice among so against it say budget we say where is it and for nam konya sadom just what you say I did be back if other party ni be bia no say yempa enye
I see
enti me no ne o kan na am kase me di free akira ba no be bia e ko no ne be bia koduro no two say recommendation e ma aban no suspending ne dia that recommendation still persists enti me mother say because that recommendation no on be sa turn it down two case na di kan ko amoma catch say ne o de buy no enyi nyina so
yeah it was Supreme Court
and now say dey call High Court
yeah
ye nyanka ho asem wi now dey call Akua Court yes say Akua mramu
yeah
Akua mramu no o mo ntumi mfa wasem no mma e medina so nkan Ghana for say ne mo ye nenye on ba hwemu
so media say no ba hwemu
nti hwemu no submission say free mramu ba ye no compared to the constitution no on be ka hwe no kane ansa na okua du no why den o ma jatum number 2 when the sample for nyina ya duma chief justice in the animal this means that you don't trust them
of course
and if you don't trust them why do you want to come back and work with them
for Yerimesiana per the constitutional law that I've read and the international law that I've read briefly, even ECOWAS really in favor of the Chief Justice is actually not binding on the Supreme Court of Ghana.
Yeah.
Because the Supreme Court of Ghana almost still now ruling still stands. It still stands. It's so maybe your phone lines in the amount of pay. Now, what your conversation this morning with your thought? What's your doc? What's your prof? LGBT issues as against Chief Justice or call ECOWAS court. So you didn't some mano. If I listen to Prof, looks like the Chief Justice was the case biasa. Man na di juma. It was the case biasa to call him krana. On the case sa. It's a me phone line someone open a conversation. John Mama, you went when vote or say Ghana or no say I mean kanu. You see a community yes I know. What do you think? 0594 19409 0322497264. Numbers to call this morning to join the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Paka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like it and I can say
right. You're trying to pay.
I'm forfeiting here in my young for board and I'm going to power winning. And then Yamadia no work can be my brother in India for me how much way. Ye can't do one same. Na ye can near see Mumpany to me or cow become. They names about two who is so 2 1 2 who is so. It is our Mumpany pet and or 2 years, sir. And I eat 2 ma, then anything too. Ye fun is a man we campaign. Castle Mopa, bit my community.
Yeah.
Some penny media could not pay, and in a mimi electric at what to be paid. And tonight, my penny and Aku for the option what you want to what you want to no one said to do a chair. And yes, I catch a gun for me by my sign. Giovanni Sanama, Ghana for your trouble. Yes, two politicians. Last one, maker. Yes, Chief Justice Assembly. Media, you. It's me, mamma, dear. Yes, be a young Kunyan, but a message say, I say, Cassimina, ye Cassim, you are, and so what you just wanted to work before.
Yeah.
The best say, Kaba, and
Medasi.
If you work to Mumia, or your business man, at the fact that you say, over to business yet, someone believe it, that's what we keep just imagine the answer. As you got 4 a year, your politician. We are scanning your politician. We politician be brought to me scanning come up back to the Afghanistan. It's a businessman. The best
Medasi. I'm going to score on pay. Hello, good morning. Yeah, hello, good morning. Yeah, but you're a panel, yet you.
Okay, I'll come up. My no, for a football said, really operation. Operation, to money, because you can do. You cannot go buy all the time. The most on the Ethiopia and hopefully, yeah, a ban of them. And about what I number the Friday of Nation, imagine. If you almost a place of money to gain it, it's all dependent.
Mati, but your or had baby send that question. I'm the Yano. So as a person. I mean, he has a right to his opinion. Anyway, hello, good morning. Oh, my friend and I busy line is she. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hey. Pakawo se bibi aboko there.
Na me adom me hoya pa. We ni ana Idris ni.
Torobo.
Idris mitio.
Wadago mi support o chia o.
O mate. Idris mitio ro pa.
Na me na se fa, o no ba yo phone. Na me tell you na mi sane Masimeyo. Me chiro no. Paka. Na minim de ye ma me to konoi. Se bi o ne buti ofo ni kuno ju o mu fufu bi apa ba mama ami. I can just be one. I won't know. And that money more. And in Tina, you be CBA. Ah, Paka. You one about the way you go. Let me send us a move. Or send us some. That's what they are. Of course, about from the day. And run you know. And you say, be a political year on Okan Asemano. So, Emra, Obia. Obia bakonya nya se nya won na juma na yawodia nya won na se bi adini wo tirim bibi service na yana ya basagesi ano ono ka se ngini gibe service
point one minute medasi point one minute I'm going to spend on the point one minute hello good morning
good morning
Pacha for and everything
well, friend of Akua in the business they meet.
All right, name Akwaba. Michano pay.
President I don't know, say a double standard. I don't understand. President Mahama in opposition, together with some judge Moniade. What my LGBTQ plus the if you can win opportunity, what should I mention about? That day, it should come clear in certain things.
Okay. Mate, Medasi, I'm going next corner so I don't pay. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
But your first and everything. Great.
We did this. Chief Isaka Amadu Banagano.
Okay. But it's your pay.
Efa Chief Justice Watson. Yanka, Emepa, everyone in the center, when you have the chairman, which in Kopwa, we have to see one Mudi Asano. The AV payer, after we turn about Copia. And I will pay you with one of our Kutuanabo. Put yourself prop can be said. The TV or call and go for no motor Mudi Asano. Now, no one a year tomorrow. So, Omuru, the Omra, which you know what other the year tomorrow.
That's a very good question to ask. Mati. My last call na fe Emma and pay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Much information everything. Hello?
I think just
Oh. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
But your first and everything. Dichemso. Okay. What are you doing? I
was saying, and you know, I'm going to be a campaign on my Ghana for it's Ghana 51. The moment now, but it's we can afford 10 star area. Me, my call about it means to be gone. My penny up to a barman. One thing, that's just what that time. So, and now, my minister, well, I like to meet the president.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Now, you now cannot.
Mate. Medas with the best here. In the prof, where the man Bissau. I'm also supporting you, know. Instead, I would defend it.
I'm supporting you. Me defend you.
That's the perception. Some are clear.
Me defend you.
Okay.
And some are making neutralization. Just say Nipan support and some support.
Right.
Me defend you.
Okay.
Nipan our can. When you imagine, the person who tell me opinion, I don't support gay.
You don't support gay. Mate. Openly, he doesn't support the activities of lesbianism and gayism. Openly, Wakana. Doc, Doc, any final words now for your rapper panope?
Me Sammy Nina Akua Kwesi say. Let's develop Ghana.
No.
Now to be honest, issues are about gayism, no harm. See, it's a China. Can't take
Betting back to us.
Yet it's a Ghana. I am a American so no moment to more you see the way I must see sustaining more dollar no.
Yes, I will.
And this song has not taken.
Yes, I will.
Here, yes, sir.
Dog, Medasi, Prof, we find out what's nothing.
Ghana, baby, yeah, group after independence, new question can you was at
68 years.
The mestre, you see, then Nam password and come was
right.
On my penny or was see. Kwampebia of Paswa or between be my send the house say. Depends on the Ghana if you had no quasa trap or you were a young quenimun. One year, a man or man, and your records of continuity. I by my day. It's true, say, me demi one, and I me even where to baby monama yasia, and shall not and coyin.
Right.
When you finish trim. Then a branch a yen bokinano.
Mate. Prof Bedasi, yeah.
Kwesi, ebusuya for no nsia. Ene ebetena sebra so 9:30 na bo pepepe. Ye da ne de aka nyina de ama sometime we to champion sports school no na omo de mo ato so. Nyame ye yadom na ode nkwacha e kina ya wo. Ebesan ni mo abihia. Ni din de Kwesi do amini mi no.
Kwesi Parker Wilson, Abuja, for my guest this morning has been Professor Lawrence Lowell, a licensed professional counselor and also licensed ADR, that is alternative dispute resolution practitioner as well. And Dr. Abraham Jenfi, a lecturer Ewo Apiaminka University. I mean, of course, I had a year Dr. Prince will be a boy on the line as well on the IMF conversation. No, it's Yami Admo China, Thursday morning. We're saying back with another edition of OBT. Have a good